volleyball action. Your Humber Hawks will be taking on the Fanshawe Falcons in order to try and knock them off of top spot in the West Division. Hello, I'm Natalie Stoberman, and Humber's already gotten off to a great 3-0 start, making them one of 3 teams in the division to have that spotless record. But Fanshawe has the advantage because they've played 2 extra games, picking up 4 wins, 1 loss, but that gives them more points to keep that spot in the division. But we're also looking at a brand new Hawk squad with only 3 players returning from last year's team. And of all the graduating players that have left last year's team, Humber definitely misses living legend Terrell Bramwell, current OCAA all-time leading scorer, Humber all-time leading scorer, former OCAA Player of the Year, and national champion in 2012. But we'll talk about that more after the national anthem.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the second match of today's doubleheader, coming to you live from Humber College North Campus. Connor here alongside me is Sean. The men's Humber Hawks team going up against this Fanshawe Falcons team. As Natalie mentioned before, Fanshawe off to a great start. 4-1, so much to talk about this team, Sean. I mean, they have Jack Daly, they got Derek Braun, and they even have Patrick Johnson, who got Coach of the Year. How is Humber going to tackle this team?
Well, it's going to take a total team effort from everybody in order to keep up with the amount of firepower that Fanshawe has on the floor. So we'll see if they can do that here in this game.
The Hawks have their own firepower, of course. Nathan Murdoch, the outside hitter from Mississauga, in his first year, standing at 6'4", an absolute scorer. How big is he going to be for this team?
He's going to be huge because Humber had lost their leading scorer from last year. So we're going to have to see some different schemes from Humber to make up for the loss of their leading scorer from last year.
As you mentioned, Terrell Bramwell, a devastating loss for this Humber Hawks team. He was the division scoring champion as well as an all-star. And here we have the starting lineups for the Humber Hawks team. Should be an interesting match. Simon Smith, setter for our Hawks team. If you're just tuning in with us now, the women's Humber Hawks team took the game over the Falcons 3-0. And there you have the starting line for the Humber Hawks team. Everyone is ready to go. This Humber Hawks team, when you look at it, we're talking about a relatively young team as we've approached seeing in the past. We have, of course, Scott Wilson, who's a third year, but a lot of third years. Jordan Darlington, first year. Michael Majusin, he is the only fourth year on the team. Clayton Blanchette, first year. Nathan Murdoch, first year.
It seems like Humber is really trying to build this program for the future and build a winning program that they can carry throughout some time here as these players move forward in their careers.
And we are underway here from the Humber College North Campus. Sebastian with the first serve. Fantastic dig from the Falcons. And free ball for the Hawks. Simon outside. And a big right side swing from Nathan Murdoch.
And right away we see the leading scorer for Humber, Nathan Murdoch, just overpowering that block right there.
Murdoch gonna float it over. And right out of the gate, that's number 8, Derek Braun. We know how important establishing the middle is, and you see that right off the first play from this Falcons team.
Establishing the middle is very important. As we saw in the women's game, it allows very different angles of attack if you can establish the middle right away.
That's set from Sebastian, a bit too high. Excuse me, from Simon. Humber, gonna reset it. It's gonna be a deep roll shot. Party ball, and that's gonna be number 17, Stefan Bukamorek. Putting that down. Off the misplay from the Falcons. A big slam for Stefan. The middle standing at 6'7" from Mississauga, Ontario in his second year with the Humber Hawks. Stefan Mukmanovic. And his serve gonna clip the net. And the right side swing from Andre Foreman. Now, we don't see too many left-handed hitters as opposed to right-handed hitters, but how nice is it to have a left-handed hitter at right side, allowing the ball to come in towards you rather than outside?
It's really good because it allows attackers to change the angle of their ball, and it's not really expected.
Now Murdoch, he's set up number 16 at Clayton Blanchette, the 6'6" outside hitter from St. Catharines. Hitting that ball a bit too high and it goes out. Falcons take a lead early in the first set. Floater, that's gonna be tight. And that's a party ball for the Falcons. A lot of play at the net, but no call. And the Falcons go up by 2.
That pass was a little too tight to the net for Humber to be able to deal with.
Head coach Wayne Wilkins was looking for a call against the Falcons. And a fantastic run from Humber. Clayton Blanchette goes off the hands of the block and it goes out. Humber will retain the ball. Service coming in from Scott Wilson.
And that was a very good piece of volleyball IQ to know that he could go off the hands and get the point.
And right off the overpass, Clayton Blanchette again getting involved. He throws it down. And some poor passing from the Falcons brings this Humber team back to 4-4. Pass from the Bear, they give it to Foreman. Played by Murdoch. Outside. And Clayton Blanchette puts another one down. Blanchette getting hot early in this game.
Clayton Blanchette was just able to rise up higher than anybody and smack that ball into the court for the point.
And an amazing middle run from center, Sebastian Lethbridge to middle, number 6, James Jackson. What a run, that pass coming off a little low, but Lethbridge shooting it up and just a clean shot to the middle. Ooh, that's taken low. What a shot from Clayton Blanchette. He scores again, coming down a little funny. I think he hit his groin there, Sean.
Well, that's what happens when a ball is set like that. It's a little hard to handle, so you have to move your bodies in ways that you're not used to moving.
Showing that volleyball IQ. And now Blanchette up to serve. And a big block coming in from setter Simon Smith, who roofs outside hitter Alec Bugler, the outside hitter from London, Ontario. Big block there coming in from Simon. And Clayton gonna send that way too far. But the Hawks with that run there managed to take it back by 1. And Alec Bugler. Alec Bugler up to serve. Floater. Easy take. Murdoch rising up, but a great block from Sebastian. Left bridge, outside. And a great run from the Falcons. David Ucoin throws that down. That block between Sebastian Lethbridge and James Jackson going to prove very important in this game. And there you see the great run. Libero, Michael Mangesson, unable to handle that. And the Humber Hawks take it right back off that serve long. Jordan Darlington up to serve. And he floats it long. So some service arrows on both sides coming in early. And the thing is, no spinners yet, Sean. All of these have been floaters.
Just a little bit of nerves, maybe. Maybe it's time to switch the service up to some spinners.
So that run gonna get stopped in the middle. Number 17, Stefan Vukmanovic. Vukmanovic gonna get stopped in the middle and service over. Murray, dug by Alex. And Humber with the defense. It's up in the air, Murdoch. And he's gonna get blocked. The 6'7" middle, James Jackson, proving effective right off the rip, Sean.
Jackson was just able to get up here, stay big, and block that into the court.
But James Jackson's actually serving. That is number 8, actually. Derek Braun, a notable player, 6'5" middle with the most recent block. He's proving effective. Jackson at the serve, he's coming out, and libero David Gundrum will come back in. But both showing to be very productive. And setter Simon Smith will serve. And Lethbridge just throwing it down with 2 hands. What a play from Sebastian Lethbridge. Nobody saw that coming.
He just got out there and aggressively just put it over the net quicker than everyone was expecting.
Lethbridge with the short serve and the swing for Stefan Vukmanovic. It's going to go wide left. So back and forth they go, but now the Falcons with their biggest lead thus far. 3 points. Lethbridge going to serve to Murdoch. And Murdoch gonna get blocked again that time. It was Derek Braun and David Ayucoin. So Murdoch staying aggressive, but so far has been shut down. That block from the Falcons proving to be so effective.
You could see the block slide over and got prepared early for that hit, and they were able to meet the attacker at the top of his jump and make sure they got a good contact on that ball.
Derek Braun, the OCW Men's Volleyball West Division Second Team All-Star last year. proven to be so effective, shutting down the leading point scorer for this Humber Hawks thus far. But we are still very early in this game. 13 Falcons, 9 for Humber Hawks. We got a long ways to go, folks. And quick timeout for the Falcons. They look to keep the momentum going. Humber talking it over. First timeout from Coach Wayne Wilkins. Wayne Wilkins in his 22nd year with this Humber Hawks team. That is unbelievable.
That's outstanding. What that does is it allows him to institute the exact system that he wants to play, and all his players are able to buy in.
Of course, as we mentioned before, Patrick Johnston winning Coach of the Year for this Fanshawe Falcons team. And here we go. That roll shot going to be taken by Senator Sebastian. Foreman. Outside again, but number 5, Simon Smith. That's second to go. Over to the other side and out of play. Just a mishandle from Simon Smith. And the Falcons continue their run.
A little bit of miscommunication. That set was a little tight to the net.
Trying to establish that middle. And they go back to Vukmanovic again. And second time's a charm in this situation. He gets that one to go. And you can slowly start to see the Hawks establishing that middle. And Stefan Vukmanovic putting that one away. And Murdoch to serve. Nathan Murdoch, he's gonna bust out the spinner. But that one's gonna go long. Very common with spinners. We see a lot of them go in the net, a lot of them go long.
It's very hard to control the speed on those, and they're often overhit.
And Clayton Blanchette gets another point up on the board. Some of the Falcons teams were looking for a throw or a lift. And Clayton Blanchette, a dominating performance as far, although his team trails by 4, 11-15. That's it tight, using the left hand. Such a wide variety of skills. And Alec Bugler going up top. The vertical he has is absolutely insane. He's only 5'10", yet he rises above a block that is easily 6-7 feet high with hands up. So Alex Bugler trying to go middle to number 4. Jordan Darlington. The Hawks roll it over. Falcons respond. Foreman, he tries going, but a big block between Blanchette and Darlington. Humber defense starting to rise up.
They were able to get high there and jump together, which is the key on the block. You always want to jump together.
But a great run to respond to that last play. Lethbridge to James Jackson. They've been doing that at the start, and it looks like they're going to keep going for it. Jackson getting that ball to squeeze down inside the Humber block. And now Andre Foreman with the float. Pass by Murdoch. Blanchette. Smith dumps it over. Hawks will reset. And that pass from number 1, Scott Wilson, way too tight to net, way too low. And Smith trying to poke it up, and he's going to get called for the lift there. So just some poor passing leads to a poor play from the Humber Hawks team.
But what a save there earlier in that rally by Andre Foreman to keep it alive.
Now Smith trying to get on the board with a little dump there. And Alex Bugler reaching way back. Almost chipping that ball right inside the 3 and 4 spots on the floor. And the Hawks trail 19-12 to the Fanshawe Falcons. Timeout.
You could see on the replay, that wasn't the greatest set in the world, but he was still able to reach back and get enough on it in order to put it in the court.
So Wayne Wilkins using his timeouts early in the game as his team falls to a 7-point deficit. Looking to get back, but so far Fanshawe in control. Sebastian Lethbridge has been working the offense nicely, but that big block that the big blocks we've seen from that Humber, from that Fanshawe defense with Lethbridge and Jackson, and of course David Acoyne, as well as number 8 Derek Braun, have really been shutting down this Humber offense.
They're really moving together, and they're able to slide over really quickly and get there before the player is able to hit it for a point.
Now Foreman will come back in to serve as we resume play. And we're back underway. The floater, taken by Murdoch. Darlington can't get it to go. The roll shot put right back over by the block. Hawks reset, here we go. The pipe ball from Murdoch, but he's stopped by Jackson in the front court. James Jackson just has Nathan Murdoch's number this game, Sean.
You could see they wanted to use that pipe ball, but Jackson says, "Oh no, I will block you," and he did.
James Jackson really having a good showing, taking out the leading scorer for this Murdoch team, for this Humber Hawks team. Nathan Murdoch definitely gonna have to get it going. Darlington forced the tip, and that goes out. Poor pass from the barrel, Michael Bajessen.
And it all really starts from that pass. When you're forced to play a not so good pass, your only option is to try and tip it over.
Murdoch, they try C-ball. Scott Wilson's attack unable to go. Falcons set it up. A lot of touch on the net, and the Hawks are going to get called for being on the net. Another unforced error, Sean, and now the Hawks find themselves trailing 12-22. And substitutions coming in. And Nathan Murdoch, the leading scorer, coming out in the first set. He needs a breather. Hayden McIntyre will come in. Andre Foreman still at the serve. And he goes right at Nick off the bat. And Clayton Blanchette trying to bring his team back in this with a big cross-court shot. But 13-22, Sean, this first set. Not looking so good for the Humber Hawks. Now Blanchette. He's gonna serve it up. Up in the air. And Alec Bugler with the roll. The tip in from Hayden McIntyre goes off the hands of Sebastian. And the officials looking to discuss them with the Humber Hawks players.
And that was a really sneaky little roll shot there to catch the defenders by surprise. He was able to get it off out the hands.
Blanchette will serve again. They still find themselves trailing 8. They're gonna have to go on a roll here. And Blanchette puts his second serve long. And 23-14, and now Alex Bugler coming back in, and they bring Murdoch right back in after the serve. Smith with the dump. But a dig from Bugler. Leads to a hit from David Acoyne. He was looking for a touch on the net, but that goes long. Darlington will serve.
He was just unable to bend it in the court there, and he just sent it long.
Now, Wayne Wilkins looking to get some of his other players on the court. They sub in Rafael Galdamez, who will serve for Jordan Darlington in the late plays of this game. And there you see it again. That's 7-6 connection. Sebastian Lethbridge to James Jackson, rolling up yet another point.
And you can see a nice little set there. Opens up the whole play. A nice set can go a long way and makes it a lot easier for the hitter to be able to get all that he can on that ball.
Patrick Johnson gonna sub in Ryan Daly. And Daly is gonna serve to close the set. 25 for the Fanshawe Falcons, 15 for the Humber Hawks. And already some frustration from this Humber team who do not immediately go to the baseline. And we've already seen one confrontation with the officials so far. So more to come in the second and third sets here from Humber College. So here in a second we will show the winning play coming up. But the Fanshawe Falcons dominating that game. They're serve receive, they're attacking, but most notably, they're blocking. And here you see off the hands of libero Michael Magician.
And you don't see that very often because the liberos are used as defensive specialists, so their specialty is serve receive and being able to get to difficult balls.
So far, the story of the game for Humber, Nathan Murdoch being absolutely shut out so far. But the leading scorer from this Hawks team looking to get back in it in this second set. Tons more volleyball to come. Of course, the Falcons 4-1. Humber, their perfect season on the line. And they find themselves trailing one. We also have to take note of not just the blocking that we have seen from Fanshawe, but the overwhelming communication that we're seeing from the Falcons. I mean, everywhere you go, they are talking. You don't quite see the same from the Hawks team, especially late in that game when they were trailing.
And when you don't talk, that's when you run into trouble. You really need to move as a unit on defense in the game of volleyball. It's really important to know where your help is behind you.
And Nathan Murdoch held to 1 kill on roughly 6 attempts. So Nathan Murdoch definitely got to get it going. Alec Bugler has 4 kills for this Fanshawe team, so he's definitely lighting it up. Lethbridge Sebastian running a very fluent offense for the Falcons right now. And Fanshawe already out, good to go. They are carrying this momentum into the second set. But a comeback is always imminent. The urgency setting in for the Hawks. And we look to be started up soon. Both teams seem ready to go. And number 5, Simon Smith will serve first. Very common move to start your setter back row so that you have all 3 attackers to get hard out of the gate. And right there, Sebastian Lethbridge trying to get number 8. His middle, Derek Braun, established, but a great block from that Humber Hawks defense. And Simon Smith with the second. And Nathan Murdoch gonna seal the block with Stefan Vukmanovic.
A little bit of a tight pass there into the net. So he wasn't really able to get what he wanted on that ball.
Right there, Simon Smith going to send that long. Another unforced error for this Humber Hawks team. They definitely have to limit those missed serves. As dominant as this block for the Fanshawe Falcons has been, at the end of the first, they only led in total team blocks by 1. So this Humber Hawks defense, in terms of their front line, very effective as well. But that set not going to go so well. And neither is that one. Joust at the net. Lethbridge going to try setting up Foreman, but that's set far too low. And Andre Foreman's going to put that into the net.
And when you try the same play 3 times, the defense will know that that's where you're going, and they'll be ready for that play.
Confusion on the floor. It seems that number 1, Scott Wilson, was called for being on the net, so Foreman getting a break there. Back on the other way, and Murdoch rising up. Fantastic dig. Saved by Smith. Vukmanovic with that block. Foreman. Pancake from Murdoch. Can they save it? No, they cannot. Number 5, Simon Smith, and 7, Michael Magician, the libero. Both going for that ball from a great save from Nathan Murdoch. And the Falcons will take it. A great rally there, Sean.
What an effort by Murdoch just to get his fingertips on that ball and keep it alive.
Now Magician with a great first pass. Middle swing is saved. Free ball for the Hawks. That's it. Little tight tip from Scott Wilson to Foreman. Foreman going cross court. And Simon Smith unable to keep that in play.
And that was just a question of being able to overpower the defender who was unable to get very much on it.
Humber unable to capitalize on their free opportunities, and a roof from that block. Andre Foreman and number 8, Derek Braun, absolutely roofing Scott Wilson.
And a block like that leads to a lot of good energy, so we'll see if they build on that block.
Oh, but a momentum killer. Number 12, Derek Coyne, gonna put that in the net right off of the biggest block we have seen thus far, Sean. 2-point lead. Nathan Murdoch, we're gonna get going. Murdoch, great spinner. And a fantastic quick between Lethbridge and Derek Braun. The back set, and Braun was right there for the quick.
That's quite a hard play for the defense to handle because they're not necessarily prepared for the ball coming at them that quickly.
And now Derek Braun. He will serve up. And Braun, the West Division second team All-Star, gonna put that long. Still a 2-point differential. And it's going point for point so far. But Stefan Vukmanovic is going to look to get a few more for Humber. Vukmanovic serve is gonna pace the line. And that's an ace for Stefan Vukmanovic.
And let's see if that ball allows Humber to get on a bit of a roll here.
And Vukmanovic. Humber, great defense, stopping 2 attacks from the Falcons. Foreman, a joust at the net, saved by Smith. It's up. Pancake from the libero. Free ball for the Hawks. Smith sets it up. Miscommunication, they thought they were running a shoot. Foreman blocked by Clayton Blanchette. What a block from the 6'7" outside hitter from Mississauga, Ontario. A real scramble there, some miscommunication, but all in all, great defense. And Andre Foreman gonna get shut down by that block between Blanchette and Darlington. And Blanchette over the pass. He puts that one down. Blanchette is on fire right now, Sean.
Blanchette can do no wrong right now with that quick little hit from the front court. He was able to catch the defense by surprise and put it in for the point.
Of course, Stefan Vukmanovic served, the one setting up that party ball. And just a little delay in game here as number 7 setter for this Falcons team, Sebastian Lethbridge, who has had a fantastic game so far. Just talking some stuff over. James Gundrum, the libero for the Fanshawe Falcons. Making some plays here in that last rally. And here we go, Vukmanovic. And there's Gundrum. And a big middle connection. That 7-6 connection. Once again, Sebastian Lethbridge and James Jackson are just throwing the hammer down. He gets so high up in the air, Sean.
He gets over the defense and is able to put that ball wherever he wants to.
Murdoch giving that pass, but a fantastic block. They stop Darlington's hit. And an overpass from Wilson. Blanchette going line and off the hands of the blocker. Scott Wilson having trouble handling the pass there close to the net. Thank goodness that the Falcons misplayed it as well, giving Darlington another free ball. But Scott Wilson definitely off to a little slow start in the second. So Wilson at the serve. And just getting over, taping the net. And there it is, that middle connection right there. This Falcons team really establishing their middle blocker.
And that's the key when you have a blocker as good as that.
Now, Alex Bueller. Blanchette on an absolute tear right now. He can't be stopped. He goes high off the hands. And that ball going cross court now. Clayton Blanchette came to play, ladies and gentlemen.
Everything that Blanchette is hitting right now is going the Humber Hawks' way.
Now Blanchette in the backcourt, so unless they want to run him pipe, Nathan Murdoch needs to step it up. Fantastic dig from the Libero Magician. They go pipe to Blanchette, and Blanchette puts it down. What a play from Clayton Blanchette. The scramble, the pipe, and Foreman can't handle it.
You can see that nice pipe from the backcourt. He's able to get a good hit on that ball.
And Guru can't handle the floater. Blanchette creating a free ball. Here we go to Darlington. But Darlington gonna go wide. And that's gonna end that streak. But the Hawks have regained the lead with a 1-point lead. And James Jackson up at the serve. So Jackson looked like a spinner, but he's gonna float it. Fantastic pass from Blanchette. Again. Darlington, a little too wild there. He's almost gonna miss the ball entirely, and there you see the substitution. Jordan Darlington is gonna come out. At number 6, Tristan Trio gonna come in.
I don't know if Darlington necessarily knew what he wanted to do with that last ball before he jumped.
Magician. Murdoch, he tried going out the hands, but that's gonna go wide. Nathan Murdoch, still a little cold. And just like that, the Falcons are now back in control. There you see the C ball, Scott Wilson. Great dig from Foreman. Free ball. Smith to Murdoch. And Murdoch finally getting on the board. That ball almost played out by Alex Bueller, so even on his hits that are getting over Sean, this Fanshawe team really has it in for Nathan Murdoch right now.
Yeah, they read this scouting report and they knew that he was Humber's most effective scorer.
And coming in off the bench, that is Tristan Trieu. Gonna put that in the net, and he is replaced by Michael Magician, who has been playing well. Lethbridge to serve. And there you see Simon Smith throwing that down. We saw something similar from Sebastian Lethbridge, the setter for the Falcons, earlier in that first. And there you see Simon Smith doing the same, just throwing it down, bare hand style.
The nice little quick hit by Smith there catches the defense off guard.
Foreman gonna try putting that back left, but Blanchette is there. Murdoch at almost the attack line, trying to wind that one up, and that's way in the net. Another unforced error.
And you can see the frustration on Murdoch's face right now is really starting to show.
Now Murdoch, right side swing. He rolls it back to Foreman. And Andre Foreman on the tight pass. He just rips it off the block. Fanshawe up two. David Ayucoin. Murdoch rising up over the block. What a play from Murdoch. But even more, what a pass from setter Simon Smith. That ball was way low, and he passed that with his forearms to get that to right side for Murdoch. And tight to the net, he just crossed court and just absolutely lasered that one.
The great thing about volleyball is you can take out all your frustrations on the ball.
Murdoch, a little long there. And Darren Braun, along with James Jackson, have been the story for this Fanshawe Falcons team so far. As a unit, playing spectacular, but these two middles really causing all kinds of trouble for the Hawks. Scott Wilson, cross court. Play at the net. Vukmanovic with a big shot, digs from the Falcons, but a miscommunication. Sebastian Lethbridge looking for his middle. And nobody there. What a play, what a rally. Great defense from both teams. Vukmanovic trying to put that away. And Jordan Darlington is going to come back in for Tristan Trieu. Vukmanovic and Garung, the libero. And that's set way off. And here comes Blanchette. The big cross-court swing. Clayton Blanchette with another big point for this Hawks team, tying it up.
And Blanchette is really picking up the slack for this Humber team. Everything he's hitting is going Humber's way. You can see a big hit there at the net to put it in for the point.
Now Sebastian Lethbridge looking for a call in that last hit. And Vukmanovic immediately after bringing his team to a tie, blows it long, and the Falcons will take the 1-point lead. And a lot of conversation going on between the floor captains between these two teams. And Andre Foreman. And Darlington getting back on the board. Jordan Darlington went quiet there, Sean, but there we see him come up again with a big middle swing.
When he's needed, Darlington can really help this team win.
And Alec Bugler are gonna rise up, and that one's gonna go long. And just like that, the Hawks take back the 1-point lead. It's going back and forth. This set will be a nail biter. Scott Wilson taping it. All right, free ball for the Falcons. The dump from Lethbridge. Great read from Darlington. Free ball for the Hawks. Here we go. Another dump, a great read from Ucoin. Out to Blanchette, he tips it. Contact at the net, and it's going against Lethbridge. Called on the net. The Hawks take that rally.
Fantastic rally. Great defense on both sides.
Timeout, Fanshawe. They trail 2-2 in this second set. And what a rally that was, Sean. I mean, back and forth, each setter trying to get into it. Hits. Great defense, great reads. That one read from Jordan Darlington. Very impressive as well from number 12, David Ucoin. Really keeping that rally going. And
nobody was ready to let that ball hit the floor. They all wanted to keep that ball alive. That point was really important to both teams in terms of the momentum it could have on the rest of this set.
Now the Hawks find themselves up to 18-16. Do you think they'll be able to hold on to this and take it to the third?
It seems to be a real back and forth game, but we're seeing Humber start to come together as a team and put good offense together to be able to build this lead. So I think they will have a shot to carry this momentum throughout the set.
Scott Wilson with a floater. David Ucoin, Sebastian. James Johnson with the hit. Free ball, Foreman. And Alec Bugler trying to rise up. And that one's gonna go in the net. And right after that misplay, you're gonna see Bugler come out and Cody Osiecki coming in. So Scott Wilson still serving for Humber. And immediately he goes at Osiecki. And there you see James Jackson unable to get his shoulders into the court. And that ball went right where he was facing.
And you can see Humber is really starting to feel the momentum that they have on their side right now.
Sebastian Lethbridge trying to get those tips to work, but it's not getting by the Humber block. Blanchette on an absolute mission right now. He can't be stopped. The Hawks have run away after this timeout. Timeout Fanshawe, 21-16 for the Humber Hawks. Clayton Blanchette, absolutely unbelievable. And there you see the last point of this second set so far. Nathan Murdoch. We've seen sightings of him in the second set, but certainly not what we were expecting thus far. Still lots of game to play, but Clayton Blanchette it up.
After a slow start, we're starting to see everyone on Humber start to click, start to know what they need to do to win, and start to execute the offense that they're capable of.
Now Humber looking to tie this up at one set apiece, and they can certainly do it with a 5-point lead. 21-16, Scott Wilson still serving, the third year from Kingston, Ontario. Has had some trouble with his pass, but making up for it here. And that middle connection with James Johnson getting shut down. Another block, but just gonna go outside of play. And Humber not happy. Jordan Darlington say they didn't even touch the ball. And the official shutting that notion down. So that ball going off the Humber, blocking out Osiecki. And you know where it's going, Blanchette. Blanchette just a little short. First time in a while we've seen Blanchette put one to the net. Granted, it was a very low set.
The set was a little tight, so Blanchette really didn't have an angle on this ball. So the only way it was gonna go was into the net.
Absolutely. But a gift from number 4, Cody Osiecki, as he puts that spinner in the net. And now Clayton Blanchette, the man for this Humber squad right now, serving. And a gift from God. Clayton Blanchette serve, rattling right over the tape and in court. Blanchette, everything going his way right now. This is his time, Sean.
It's one of those things you never like to see, but you'll take it if you're Clayton Blanchette.
And after a moment of silence, the 7-6 connection, number 7, Sebastian Lethbridge, setting it up to his buddy, James Jackson, for a big middle kill. And head coach for this Falcons team, Patrick Johnson, looking at some servers, and he's going to sub out number 6, James Jackson, and number 2, Ryan Daly, will be coming in. Great save from Andre Foreman to keep it alive. Simon with the hit, joust at the net. And a great play from number 12, David Ayupoin. Both Darlington and Smith rising up for that block, but David tipping it into the corner. A fantastic play, and we have that replay right here. A fantastic tip from Smith, but back the other way we go. The Hawks get the gift from the Falcons, miss serve, and we're looking at game point for the second set.
That was a real missed opportunity for Fanshawe. They just gave all the momentum back to Humber. Let's see if they can close out the second set.
Great pass from Andre Foreman. That middle hit is light. Here we go. Murdoch switching it up. Again, Foreman with a great play. Murdoch rising up. And he gets that through the block. And Nathan Murdoch will seal the second set for the Humber Hawks. We are tied at one set apiece heading into the third. 25-20 for the Humber Hawks.
As you could see, that Nathan Murdoch was just able to smash that ball through the block of Fanshawe and get it for a point.
Heading into the third now. Seen sightings of Nathan Murdoch, and as well as just there with sheer power forcing it through the block. But how about Clayton Blanchette? I mean, I know we've said so much about him, but he is turning it up. We have hardly seen any errors from him, and he's just having one of those games, Sean.
Everything that he touches is falling his way. We saw that serve earlier hit the net, and even that was able to bounce over for a point.
Simon Smith and Sebastian Lethbridge running fluent offenses on both sides. But the story for the Fanshawe Falcons, at least not for that last part of the second, has been the connection between Sebastian Lethbridge, Derek Braun, and James Jackson. Those two middles really turning it up.
They're really running their offensive sets through the middle, and we'll see if that continues here as they need the third set to go up 2-1.
Now both teams talking it over. They're just some halftime activities, fans serving back and forth. And just taking a look at these stats. Clayton Blanchette with 12 kills. I mean, absolutely sensational. He's been, want to look at Nathan Murdoch as well. Better than his previous stats. He now has 4 kills as well as 13 TAs. So, and there again, you see it, just the sheer power that bounces through. And Derek Braun unable to find out where the ball is. So definitely Humber riding the momentum. So I know it's been so close, Sean, but can this Humber team ride this wave and win this third set after that big performance they just put on?
You'd have to think that all the momentum is on Humber's side, but you know that Fanshawe will give them a fight here in the third set. But all the momentum of that second set is going Humber's way.
We saw Humber display urgency in the second, which they managed to take, and now it's Fanshawe's turn. Tied 1-1. It's anybody's game. Halftime activities have concluded, and we are underway with the third. It's the best 3 out of 5 here at Humber College North Campus. Men's OCAA action, the Fanshawe Falcons and the Humber Hawks. And if memory serves, we should be witnessing Sebastian Lethbridge open up with first serve. And yes, we do. Andre Foreman, David Ayukoin, and Derek Braun make up the front net for the Falcons. And right off the gates, Simon Smith establishing Stefan Vukmanovic with a big middle kill.
That was a nice, quick middle kill on that last play. Nice and quick. It wasn't set up too long, and that was the key.
Nathan Murdoch letting it rip, and he scrapes the line. Murdoch with the ace. And Humber jumps out to a quick 3-0 lead. Early in the game, especially with spin servers, they like to let it fly. And Murdoch doing just that. Now here we go. A great serve from Murdoch. He's gonna roll this second. We've been waiting for him, ladies and gentlemen, and we have seen sightings, but Nathan Murdoch starting to show up here in this third set.
Murdoch is pumped up now. You could see on the replay, the defender was just not able to defend that serve.
Murdoch, another serve, miscommunication on that play. And Clayton Blanchette is roofed by that block of number 8, Derek Braun. And Andre Foreman right there. Excuse me, that was Derek Braun and David Coyne with the big block. But Blanchette looking to get right back into it. Vukmanovic unable to score. Scramble for it, free ball for the Falcons to Foreman. He's got one blocker. Great dig from Murdoch. But it's going to be awarded to the Falcons. Nathan Murdoch with a great dig. Came down kind of funny too.
As you can see, Murdoch is all over the court now. After a slow start, he's really starting to pick up his game here.
Ooh, some contact at the net. Foreman again. Foreman trying to go back right. Blanchette, he goes cross court. And number 5, David Gundrum, unable to handle it. Blanchette, he was stopped in the first, but I dare not say the second. And a big cross court kick from Clayton Blanchette. And now Stefan Vukmanovic with the floater. And David Ayukoin can't handle that. And Stefan Vukmanovic starting to get involved. Had the first kill of the third set, and now putting some aces up on the board. Gundrum. And a big block from Jordan Darlington, going one-on-one with James Jackson. Excuse me, that was number 8, Derek Braun, but a great play from Darlington.
And we see the momentum that Humber gained from that second set has carried over here early in the third.
Murdoch to Smith. And Wilson trying to put that away. Great save from Foreman. And Foreman with the roll shot cross court. That's going to land in around 5 to 6 positions. A great save, a great play from Andre Foreman, first off the block after the joust.
On the first attempt, Foreman was denied by Blanchett, but he wasn't going to let that stop him from adding a second.
A great fix from Simon Smith. And number 6, James Jackson, going to be called on the net. Fantastic save from Simon Smith. There to set up the hit for his right side attacker, Scott Wilson. Throw from Jackson. Blanchett with the roll. Foreman going one-on-one with Clayton Blanchett, and Foreman going line.
And Foreman is really starting to feel it here in the third set. A lot of offense is being run through Foreman. We'll see if that continues.
A great save from Murdoch. They try keeping it alive. Excuse me, that was Darlington with the initial save. Fantastic read from Darlington off the throwdown from James Jackson. Unable to keep it alive, but you gotta love the effort this Humber team is showing. Still up 2, and they're looking to hold on to this lead. They're showing a lot of heart here in this third set. Great up by David Ayukoi, and they go to Foreman. He's just gonna look to reset. Darlington, unable to connect. Blanchett with a big hardcourt. Cross-court down ball. The Hawks reset. The pipe ball to Murdoch. But that's a little long, Nathan Murdoch.
It was the right idea. They weren't able to control the speed on that ball. It was the right idea. It's what you want to do. He just hit it a little long.
And Andre Foreman gonna give it right back to him off the missed floater. A bit too strong. And serving for the Hawks. The story of the game so far, Clayton Blanchett. And now Nathan Murdoch. He has been turning it up at the beginning of this third set on defense and with serving. Will he be able to score on the attacking end? And a great play from the Falcons. James Jackson with another kill on the delayed quick.
A nice little hit there. You can see he gets up high. He delays it for a second, and that stops the defense from being able to.
Scott Wilson trying to get that out to Murdoch, but that goes way long. And nothing can be done with that. 8-8, tie game. Michael Magician. And here we go to Foreman, to see the triple gonna stop it. Smith. And Simon's shot, Wilson's shot, not gonna go. And Simon Smith outside with the big throwdown. Nathan Murdoch, certainly a better start to his third than his first and third.
You can see that ball set to the outside, and he's just able to get there and smash it down into the court.
Darlington, his serve comes up short, but Nathan Murdoch gets signed to his Humber team. First and second sets, he was a little cold, but in this third, he's come alive. And another unforced error for Fanshawe, something we didn't see in the second and first. A lot of unforced errors coming from this team here in the third.
And it might be a product of just being overwhelmed by the momentum that Humber has right now. They need to stay composed.
And there's that center to middle connection. Sebastian Lethbridge to number 8, Derek Braun. And he goes that Simon Smith, who's unable to play. Lethbridge going way short. A great up from libero Michael Magician, but Vukmanovic is going to be absolutely stopped by Derek Braun at the net. And we're starting to see that fantastic blocking that won them that first set.
That block was just a question of getting up, meeting the ball at the top, and slamming it down.
Blanchette unable to handle the pass. And Braun will put it over. Unable to recover. The Falcons now with a 2-point lead, 12-10. Stoppage in play for a moment. Just gonna wipe some sweat up off the floor. Fanshawe, take the time. Talk things up. Blanchette. And Magician's gonna give it out to Wilson. And a misplay there from the Falcons between Lethbridge and Derek Braun. Braun unable to get his shoulder on top of the ball. And it will be Nathan Murdoch up to serve, which means Clayton Blanchette will be in front, Sean, and we know how big that is.
He's been on fire this game. We'll see if that continues.
Murdoch, so far his serve has been swing or miss. Thus far he rolled 2 in the earlier part of this game, but his spinner going long. A great take from Blanchette. And Scott Wilson putting that one right side. And David Ucoin unable to handle it.
That was a nice play. Nice hit here. Sends it cross court for the point.
Contact on the initial hit, and then David, ball too high, could not play it. Blanchette putting that overpass right back over, and Clayton Blanchette with another point for his Humber Hawks team. Tied at 13, and now we see number 4, Cody Oseki, come in. For David Ucoin, Coach Patrick Johnson looking to give his players some rest. Gundrum, good take. Big swing at the net, and that's number 11. Brock Rigby with the big swing against that Humber block.
And we can see it now. A lot of Humber's players are starting to get into the swing of things here after a slow first and second set.
And that initial pass from Murdoch gonna be too far. And Simon Smith gonna be called on the lift, trying to keep his team in play. So Derek Braun, the West Division All-Star, trying to take his team away, but Darlington has something to say about that. A big middle kill for Jordan Darlington off the fantastic set from Simon Smith.
That's a real nice set, and he gets the ball nice and high, and the attacker is able to hit it.
Foreman coming right back, going one-on-one. And Andre Foreman crushing that ball across court.
And Foreman has really been a bright spot here for Fanshawe in this game.
Darlington trying to go for another. But he's unable to go back-to-back, and he blows that one long. And now the Falcons up 3, 17-14. And this is where it gets dangerous, Sean. We're approaching the 20s. And this is where teams really got to crank it up. Darlington's going to tip that over. Sebastian, the run to his middle. What a save by this Hawks team. But miscommunication. And it's going to fall. Oh my. A fantastic chase down from what appeared to be Nathan Murdoch and Jordan Darlington. Just a miscommunication, Sean.
And you never like to see that after such a good effort like that. You never like to see a ball hit the floor after such a great effort.
That's set a bit too far for Clayton. And now the Falcons attack, but a big block. Jordan Darlington and Simon Smith sealing that one. And the lead is back to 3. 15-18. Can Clayton Blanchette, who has had success from the service line, can he bring him back? And David Gundrum, the libero for the Falcons team, is going to shank that long. Ace for Clayton Blanchette.
Clayton Blanchette with a nice floater there. Takes the libero by surprise.
But next play, Blanchette gonna give it right back to him. That would have been long. Cody Osieski gonna let that one fly. And now Brock Rigby gonna try and light up this Humber team. But Rigby puts it in the net, giving it right back to him. These unforced errors and service areas really gonna cost these teams down the line, Sean.
It really kills any momentum that you have by giving it right back to the team on your service.
Darlington, and now it's Osieski. Played by Murdoch, pipe ball to Blanchette, and he buries that right side. David Gundrum unable to play it. Clayton Blanchette off a scramble play, rips it down right side.
Well, we've been saying his name all game, and we'll say it again. Clayton Blanchette with the kill there.
But yet again, another missed serve, this time Jordan Darlington. Easy mistakes that could cost these two teams. Falcons now at 20, they have 5 points to go. Humber at 18. James Jackson to serve. And Murdoch with a tough roll shot. He gets the play off the hands of Sebastian and James Jackson. Excuse me, Derek Ron. And a 19-20. 1 point differential between these two teams. It's that close, Sean.
And this is where those unforced errors with the serve will come back to haunt us team.
Oh, Sebastian Lethbridge getting sneaky there with a left-handed dump to get the quick point back. And now Lethbridge to serve, but more importantly, they have 3 hitters, which means Foreman is in the front row. That could play big for them down the stretch, Sean. Blanchette keeps it alive. Scott Wilson. And here we go. Right off the gate, they give it to Foreman. And Foreman's gonna get the point for the Humber block. Was on the net, and a 3-point lead late in the third for the Falcons, 22-19. Falcons lead.
A good hustle there by the Humber block. They were just a little too aggressive and got a little too much up on the net.
Andre Foreman really showing us what he's got here in this third. He's been a big hitter throughout the first 3 sets, but in the close that you can expect them to go to him, Clayton and Blanchette, of course, having a great game. What do you think this Humber team needs to do to get back in this? They are certainly capable.
Well, we're seeing a real battle between Clayton Blanchette and Gorman, so I expect that to continue as we move forward in this game.
Andre Foreman, as mentioned earlier in this cast, freshman out of London, Ontario. He played for the LBC Fire in high school for club, and now our right side hitter at 5'11" for this Falcons team, who are 4-1 on the season. Humber looking to stay flawless as they are 3-0. Sebastian Lethbridge. And a free ball off of Lethbridge to serve. Middle to Braun. He puts it down. Derek Braun putting this team up by 4, 2 points. And we'll be going into the 4th set with the Falcons up 2-1. 19-23 for Fanshawe. And that's going to come off the hands ugly. And Lethbridge is going to draw the lift on Clayton Blanchette, and another timeout from head coach Wayne Wilkins. So right out of the gate, the momentum staying with this Falcons team, and they just ripped 2 points and now find themselves in a commanding position. Game point for this 3rd set, Sean.
As we're seeing unforced errors start to come into play, like we saw earlier in the 1st and 2nd sets, and if they continue, they might come back to haunt Humber here in the 3rd.
Fanshawe Falcons
Let's go. Come on. Lots of work to do here.
in a commanding position. But Wayne Wilkins pumping his team up. And the Hawks, if they're looking to at least stay in this game, they got to go on a 5-point run. It all comes down right here for this 3rd set. Sebastian Lethbridge to serve. And here we go. They go right at Blanchette. Murdoch to Osiecki off the hands. Ball's kept live. To Murdoch, and he puts the hammer down. Right side swing from Nathan Murdoch, showing up in the clutch. 20-24 for Humber, for Falcons, excuse me. Humber trailing 4. And here we see the replay. Murdoch just ripping it down into deep 6. And Nathan Murdoch going to be subbed out for the serve. Rafael Galdemes. And always run the risk of your players coming off the bench cold. But Galdemes putting it in play. Osiecki, a great dig from Michael Magens. But Blanchette throwing it down. And we're looking at a game, Sean, only down 3. The Hawks are on the comeback.
Blanchette was just able to overpower the block here and force it down on the Fanshawe side of the court.
That block consisting of Sebastian and James. A great save from Simon Smith. They give it to Blanchette. Oh, but Blanchette putting it down into the net. The Falcons fend off the push from the Hawks, and they go up 2-1 in this game, 25-21. Here we see that replay, Sean. A great save from Simon. A great set from libero Michael Magison. But Blanchette just unable to see where the net was, how much room he had, and in the net.
And Fanshawe said, "You can do that to me once, but you're not going to do that to us 2 times in a row." And they were able to stand tall and make Blanchette put that ball into the net.
Humber If they're looking to take this game, they got to take it to a 5th set. The Falcons with an opportunity now to win the match entirely if they take this next set. But it's been neck and neck between these two teams so far, Sean. Substitutions coming in here and there. Both coaches preparing for a long game, keeping their players warm. Some coming in to serve for others, some coming in to pass. What's the biggest thing that Humber needs to do right now to bounce back? We'll see the urgency, absolutely, but in terms of on the floor play.
Humber just needs to stay strong with their plays and maybe Fanshawe could continue his hot streak here, and I think they'll rely on him later in this game to try and win a 4th set to send it to the all-important 5th and deciding set.
Fanshawe, of course, up 2-1 sets now after this most recent one. And their game plan, just keep doing what they've been doing. Fantastic blocking and attacking from middles, numbers 8 and number 6, James Jackson, and number 8, Derek Braun. Of course, both setters, Sebastian Lethbridge and Simon Smith running effective offenses. Battle of the attackers so far. It's been number 16, Clayton Blanchette. And in that most recent set, we saw Andre Foreman really come to light. He was turning up there. Let's see if he can keep that going in the 4th. They're going to really need him.
They are, and we'll see if he can carry Fanshawe to a 4th set victory to put this game away.
Still, we've seen sightings of Nathan Murdoch. He had the one big hit there in the clutch to bring it to 20-24, although in vain. Nathan Murdoch, the leading scorer for this Humber team. His team needs him now more than ever. Clayton Blanchette. Imagine if Blanchette, playing at the level he is, along with the Murdoch who gets it going, this Humber team could definitely take this next set.
Humber really need Murdoch to step up to give Blanchette another attacking option and to give the setter another attacking option so that it's not so much a one-dimensional offense.
Can't forget the play of middles for the Hawks. Vukmanovic has been in and out here, making some big plays as well at the serving end of things. Rafael Galdamez got in to serve. We see Tristan Trieu come in at one point in time. Jordan Darlington has been a factor in this game as well. Both teams playing well, but not a good start for Humber. Simon Smith going to give up the serve, and that's not how you want to start out a possible game-ending set.
And that really hurts because it gives all the momentum to Fanshawe in this possible game-winning set. You don't want to start it off that way.
Derek Braun would serve. A great dig from Sebastian, but the overpass is through down from Nathan Murdoch. That's what they like to see. Murdoch bouncing that one before the attack line on the party ball. And let's see if he can ride that into his service. We'll see if he goes with a float or a spin. And it is looking to be a spin, so here we go. And Murdoch gonna put that in the net. Early mistakes make the difference in the end, Sean.
Murdoch just getting all the momentum back here to Fanshawe, which really isn't good.
And now a guy we have our eyes on, Foreman with the serve. And a big block from Sebastian. And number 6, James Jackson, shutting down Blanchette. But you can expect it to go back to him very soon. Here we see that. And Murdoch just a little bit too in on that play. So Foreman, that's an easy take for Murdoch. Right there to Wilson. Rigby with a big shot. And that's going to be handled by Michael Magician. And number 11, Brock Rigby with a big outside hit. Great dig from Andre Foreman, though, to keep that in play. He is showing to be both more effective on both the offense and the defense with each set that we get into. And the Falcons keep it alive. Great defense off Vukmanovic's hit. Wilson, the block, and it's kept in play. The Falcons with fantastic defense, shutting down Scott Wilson on the right side hit. And how about that defensive play right there? Fanshawe showing all the heart in the world. And there you see the block and the frustration on Murdoch's face. Timeout from Wayne Wilkins.
They got up high there and denied any penetration by Humber. And, you know, this goes back to that service error at the first serve of the set. That really swung the momentum. And we see that block again, just getting up high and denying any chance of a point.
I mean, that's heart right there. You see Rigby on the floor. He gets it to Sebastian. He flips it over. They reset immediately, and then they go right to Wilson, and they shut him down. This Fanshawe team is clicking on all cylinders. They're on the same page, and they're up 5-1, an early lead in this first. It's still early, but those 4 points might just be the difference here in the end of this fourth and possibly final set. Foreman to serve. And Simon Smith, the setter for this Humber squad, was just given a yellow card. Looks like a play of contact, talking to the officials. So he's got to be careful now, just play the game. And there you see it. It can't get much better than that. Andre Foreman just getting the roll over the net. I don't see how this Fanshawe team can be stopped now. They are just getting everything in their way right now, Sean.
Everything is rolling their way. You know it's going well when a serve goes off the tape and goes in for a point.
But Vukmanovic not about to let this game get out of hand. The 6-7 middle, throwing it down. And right there, once you establish the middle, it opens up all kinds of opportunities. Humber looking to do that. And now, the go-to guy this game for Humber, Clayton Blanchette in the front court. Rigby. Oh, and Rigby hitting the seam between Darlington and Wilson, crushing that down.
Fanshawe's on a roll now. They're hitting everything with aggressiveness and frustration, and it's really paying off.
C-ball for Wilson, and he puts that one away. But even still, this Fanshawe team getting touches on the ball. Not very playable on that one, but they are keeping these plays alive. And Scott Wilson just putting that one into the net. These service arrows are really killing this Humber team right now, Sean.
You cannot afford service errors in the fourth set when you're down 8-3.
Nathan Murdoch, he can't seem to get his spinner going. Scott Wilson putting his floaters in the net. Darlington, but it's on the same side too. We just see James Jackson putting a floater inside. So both sides committing a lot of unforced errors. However, I do think it is more apparent on the side of the Hawks right now, trailing 4-8 at the moment. And there you see it again. I mean, how can you describe it? I mean, these are floaters, and they're just going too long, too short, giving away 3 points to this Fanshawe team.
Even the standout player, Blaine Check, is having trouble serving.
Murdoch, a great cross-court shot. So little room to breathe there, but he manages to clip it over the net.
Just able to pull that inside. That's a really tight angle, but he's just able to get it up and down.
Darlington, he gets his serve over. It's not gonna matter. David Ucoin on that right side hit, big seam there. And he slams that puppy home. And now he's up to serve. And we're going point for point right now, Sean, 5-10. Something's gotta happen for this Humber team. Who's it gonna be? Who wants to step up?
And this is where those unforced errors really come into play early.
Smith trying to put a little down ball off the second hit. And hang time from Nathan Murdoch. That tip from Andre Foreman, not even gonna make it over the net. He throws that down right on top of the tape. The hang time for Murdoch. And now, Simon Smith up to serve. 3 hitters. And Rigby, just when you think you have an opportunity to come back, he breaks your hopes. Big left side swing off the hands. Great tool by Rigby.
He was just able to pound that ball off the block and get it down and off the block for a point.
Now Derek Braun, see what he can do from the service line. Blanchette. Wilson. Wilson. Blowing that long. And this game's starting to get away from them, Sean. 12-6 for the Falcons.
It all seems to be unraveling. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a timeout here soon just to regroup.
Give to Murdoch. Murdoch with a big swing. Absolutely breaking the block of the Falcons, and just the strength and the athleticism right there from Nathan Murdoch. This has not by any stretch of the imagination been his game, but he is still making plays like that. Just a big hit. You could hear that from a mile away. Gundrum with a great pass. Foreman! Practically no block. Foreman ripping that one down line. And he's sensational in these last few sets, Sean.
He has been Fanshawe's #1 target on attack.
Murdoch up in the air. Smith trying to work at it. There's the man Blanchette. He stopped. Wilson, down ball. Great down ball from Wilson. Now Rigby's forced to give a little down ball. To Blanchette. Ooh, starting to see a little timid there. Back and forth. Wilson. It's gonna go to Foreman. Seabolt. Wilson, right side. Foreman on the defensive end, getting it done. Rigby puts it away. And that's just a heartbreaker for that Humber team. What a rally. Back and forth, neither team able to get a set swing. And Rigby just breaking the heart, 7-14.
A great rally there, but again, Foreman was there defensively to put the ball back and to allow an opportunity for Fanshawe.
What a dig from libero, number 5, David Gundrum. And that dig from the Humber Hawks, gonna go out of play. Last touch and timeout for this Humber team. Coming back in the second to win it, but since then it has been downhill, 7-15 in favor of the Fanshawe Falcons. Humber has really got to step it up now.
They need to take a breath and realize that they are talented enough to get back in this game if they play the way they know they can.
Nathan Murdoch has started to put up numbers here in this fourth. It has definitely not been his night. Right from the get-go, we can see that Clayton Blanchette has been carrying the offense for this team. But Blanchette, so far, hasn't made too much of a difference in this fourth. It has been Andre Foreman for this Fanshawe Falcons team with the fantastic play from the two middles, James Jackson and Derek Braun, that have really elevated this team to a 7-15 lead.
And we have to give credit to Fanshawe's middles for being able to shut down this Humber offense.
Of course, we can't dismiss all the service errors and unforced errors on behalf of this Hawks team. If those continue, we might as well crown Fanshawe the winner of this game now. But still, lots of game left. Fanshawe needs 10 to seal the deal. 4 men up to serve. Easy take for Murdoch. To Blanchette. Blanchette's gonna break the hands of Sebastian Lethbridge. And Humber takes it right back. Here we go.
And that's one of those balls where you just take out all your frustration on the ball and you're able to smash it in for a point.
Luke Manovic has had success at the service line. Great take from Gundrum. Taken by setter Smith. That's a bit tight. They're gonna reset it. Murdoch keeping control on that pipe ball. Sebastian to Johnson. Jackson, excuse me, James Jackson, number 6 to 6-7 middle. Just going to work right there. And Darlington, no real shot there off of his hands.
And that started from Murdoch not really being able to handle that pipe ball, so Fanshawe was able to get an easy receive.
Now Rigby, immediately after missing the serve, the official, I think he's referring to how the ball was given back to the Humber team. And so just letting Rigby know. So Rigby with the missed serve, 9-16 for the Falcons. Great pass from Libero, and there you go. You saw it early in the first, and you see it now. Sebastian Lethbridge with the 2 hands, throwing that down. 17-9 for the Falcons. It's getting to that point, Sean, where we got to ask, is it in the bag for the Falcons?
That was a nice little dunk over the top there from the middle.
Scramble. Clayton puts it over. And David Ucoin, the outside hitter, went quiet for a little bit, but then the big outside hit going off the hands of Simon Smith. 9-18, Sean. It's going to take a miracle for this squad to come back to keep their unbeaten record intact.
It is, but with rally point, anything can happen.
Simon Smith coming right back with a left-handed dump, showing Sebastian he's not the only one who can get fancy at the net. Now the serve, Clayton Blanchette. It went outside to David Ucoin, but that clearly going to hit the antenna and give it back to the Hawks. Now this lead from 7-9, 1 point at a time. Here's Blanchette. Foreman. Oh, and that's an easy play. Blanchette going to take the second off the net. Sebastian to David, and a big block from Simon. And Jordan Darlington sealing David out. And that 9-point lead is down to 6, Sean.
I told you, I said anything can happen in rally point volleyball, and we're seeing that right now.
Oh, but it looks like there might be a net call there. And it is. It's going to be on Darlington. Either Darlington or Simon Smith was on the net there. And here's that replay. It's hard to say who was on the net, but nonetheless, that run ended back to a 7 lead. And now Sebastian Lethbridge, not just bad that he's serving, but he's got Foreman in the front row now. That's going to be a party ball. The joust is won by Smith. And they get it right back. But Andre Foreman is in the front row now, Sean. Do you think we can see the ball going into him pretty soon?
I will bet my house that Foreman will get the majority of the balls here.
But a great right side swing off the great pass from David Gundrum. Fantastic set from Sebastian Lethbridge. And David Ucoin, who was shut out these last few plays, absolutely roofs that one.
And just as I say, I will bet my house it goes to the other side.
probably a foregone conclusion that Andre Foreman is their go-to at the moment. He's playing very well. So a great shake-up to get the one-on-one for David, who was blocked the last few times, getting him back in the groove. And now Simon with the serve. Oh, and that's going to be right over. And that's an easy put down for Nathan Murdoch. So now that 9-point lead is a 5-point lead. 10 points for the Hawks to come back. It's 15-20, while the Falcons need 5 to win this game. It's still anybody's game, Sean.
You could see on the replay, Murdoch got out nice and high and won that 50-50 ball. This game isn't over yet. Humber is storming back strong here late in the fourth set to try and force a fifth and deciding set.
Humber, who had a rough start here in the beginning of the fourth, but they have come back and started looking more and more like a unit with each point that passes. They still trail 5, 20-15, but it is not over by any means necessary. Murdoch is starting to show up. Clayton Blanchette, what can we say about him? He's been sensational this game. This Hawks team not about to give up their unbeaten record just yet. But how about David Gundrum, the libero for this Fanshawe Falcons team? He has made some plays these past few points that have gone by.
He's been all over the court, just being able to keep balls alive that probably should have ended the rally.
All right, Simon Smith. Oh, and that one coming off the hands of Bugler. And there we go to Murdoch. They're gonna reset. Just Wilson's tip. And Foreman, he's gonna give a down ball. Oh, and here we go, it's gonna be tight at the net. The call's coming up. And it's gonna go against Simon Smith. Excuse me, it looks like it's going to be called against a back row attack. One or the other. Maybe we can get a replay on that. But there was the call against. And it's definitely going to be against Simon Smith, who reached over to try and play that ball when it was clearly on Fanshawe's side. So there we go, Blanchette. And Nathan Murdoch. And he is wooed by James Jackson. And that is a momentum booster of the highest order for this Falcons team. What a play.
James Jackson seems to have Murdoch's number this entire match.
They go back to Murdoch. And he brings that down. That ball is going to go straight down and stay on the Humber side, or I'm quite sure it may have possibly gone out. So Nathan Murdoch, after that big roof from James Jackson, he goes straight back at him, and it was on the Humber side, the Fanshawe side in court. And now Nathan Murdoch, and he's going with the spinner late in the game, showing up a great play from Gundrum. And it goes long from Rigby. Back to a 5-point lead, but only 3 points till the Fanshawe Falcons take this, and they come back.
And this is where the experience of a 22-year head coach really comes into play. He's able to calm his players down, and he's able to get them to play the right way.
Nathan Murdoch coming alive with that spin serve late in this game. It's 2 straight, and he's going to have to keep that going. They cannot afford a miss serve here. It's 4 points, ladies and gentlemen. Can they bring it back? 4 points to tie this game at 22. Nathan Murdoch showing up for his team when he's needed. Murdoch, here we go. He's going to keep this contained. And a big swing from Nathan Murdoch. Andre Foreman can't handle it. And that is 3 straight for Murdoch. Timeout, Fanshawe.
A massive serve there by Murdoch. He just knows what time it is in the game, and he will not let his players go down without a fight.
Nathan Murdoch, he's been on and off, definitely wasn't there in the first. He came back in the second, third, and fourth spin around, but never have we seen him like this, at least this game. Rolling 3 ridiculous spin circles. That last one having a little bit of oomph to it too. He's not holding back, he's going for it. So that looked like it was about a minute, 45-second timeout. Like you said, the 22 years experience of Wayne Wilkins is gonna come into play now. They gotta pull back 3 points, it's gonna be tough. But with Clayton Blanchette in the front, maximum hitters. And right now, Nathan Murdoch just lighting it up with that spin serve. It is entirely possible for this team to bring it back. Let's see who he's gonna go at. He went at Foreman on the last one. He goes at Foreman again, but he plays it to Foreman. Andre Foreman putting it wide left, and it's a 2-point game, ladies and gentlemen. 22 Falcons, 20 for the Hawks. Andre Foreman, they went to him in the crunch time, but they could not keep it in play.
And Andre Foreman seems to be not being able to deal with the pressure.
Another one from Murdoch to Rigby. Rigby! He blows it long. 21-22. The Hawks are bringing it back from a 9-point deficit. And substitution. Patrick Johnson has got to make the moves now. Alec Bugler coming out, and David coming back in. How about this guy, Nathan Murdoch? You know, I mean, he brings it back when his team needs it most. He's rolled 4 consecutive spinners when he's been 50-50 throughout the entire 3 sets. And he gets another one to go. But James Jackson going to seal the streak there with the throw. Murdoch was looking for a lift on that throw. And now Andre Foreman up to serve, Sean. Played by Murdoch. To the man, the Blanchette. And he's roofed. It is match point for the Falcons. What a heartbreaker. After such an amazing run from Murdoch, they roll 2 straight points off of Jackson. The big block and the kill from Jackson, taking it 21-24. It is match point for Fanshawe. What a save by Gundrum. Murdoch to Verm. That's saved. Blanchette, and he's going to throw it down, and Humber's going to get the call anyway, so it's going to be 22-24 for the Hawks.
This set has been a great display of back and forth volleyball. There you can see the 50-50 ball that Blanchette is able to throw down.
And what could possibly be the last server for the Hawks, Vukmanovic, played to Jackson. And that is going to do it. James Jackson coming up huge for his Fanshawe Falcons team. James Jackson was responsible for all of those last 3 points, the kill, the block, and now the tool off the hands of Darlington. What a final display from James Jackson. What a game this has been, Sean.
James Jackson was really able to stifle the offense for Humber. He had everybody's number in the front court, and he was really the stabilizing factor on defense.
And that is going to do it for the game, and that's going to do it for today's doubleheaders here at Humber College North Campus. Guys, it was the men and women's Humber Hawks teams going up against the Fanshawe Falcons. Still a bit more to come. And what a thriller in that last game. 22-25 is your final score in the 4th set. Fanshawe's going to move up to be 5-1. Humber, their first loss of the season, but definitely nothing to hang their heads about. They played a fantastic game, right, Sean?
They did, although they would have liked to start with the game they played in the 4th set rather than lead it to the 4th set. Here's the winning play. Just was unable to save it there, and Fanshawe takes it in the fourth set to win the match.
Absolutely.
So it was really just a great effort, even though, like, Fanshawe just was able to pull it out here late.
So many players on this Fanshawe team that did such an exceptional job. You got to give it up to Sebastian Lethbridge. He ran a fantastic offense. But the player of the game who came out in the end and just rocked our socks, Andre Foreman, and I believe he is right there with Natalie now, so we're going to throw it right over to her.
Thank you, gentlemen. I'm joined by Andre Foreman. Andre, great game by you, but we're talking about a game that was very close after the first set. How did your squad adjust to Humber bringing it up a notch?
I think the biggest thing for us was maintaining a steady amount of energy, because they create energy with these big monstrous points that they definitely get off Nate and Clayton, and they're big pin hitters. But I think we just had to keep things on our side of the net and not let what they did, which was a big highlight reel thing, affect us. I think the biggest thing was our coach kept us mellow throughout the whole game. When we definitely started to get down when they took the second set off us, I think it was a big thing with Pat. He just kept us grounded, didn't let any of the crowd or any external factors affect us.
And talking about energy, it's very difficult to manufacture your own when you're on the road, let alone here at the Hawks Nest, because it is very loud. How do you guys settle in and try and take things your own way?
We have like a very strict, specific pregame routine that we've been working on since the beginning of the year, and it works for us. So we just try and maintain that wherever we go and make sure that the different environment isn't changing what we do on our side of the floor.
And going to that fourth set, what was the turning point for you? Because it almost seemed like you took the sails out of Humber with those two blocks on Nathan Murdoch.
Well, a big point of our game plan was to shut him down because we knew how huge he would be. So we definitely think the turning point with James Jackson was when James Jackson blocked him, because if he got those kills and they started feeling it, then they start to play really well, and who knows what could happen in the fourth. And a fifth is a coin toss, so it's a good thing we got those blocks.
Well, congratulations on the win. Have a safe trip back to London. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much for joining us here, coming to you live from Humber College on campus. The doubleheader is over. Fanshawe women's team loses. Humber men's team loses. Thank you so much. On behalf of Connor, myself, Sean, Natalie, and the whole BRTV crew, we'll see you guys soon.